Especially, I think you're one of our number one students and the number one people in this group, and we're live. I'm saying that live. Tamara, you just take action. Guys, what we're bringing to you guys is some of the world's first AI certified agents. And if you guys want to learn more about that, just go to the link here below. But I'm really excited to bring you Tamara because Tamara, she learns and she goes. She learns and she does it. So Tamara, why don't you tell people a little bit more about yourself here and how long you've been in the business?
I've been in real estate 18 years as an agent, but 20 years total because I was an appraiser beforehand.
Yeah. And you know what? So let me ask you this. So 18 years. So was that when the internet and websites were just getting integrated into it, or were you a little bit after that?
Just a little after they were just starting to implement like IDX websites,
Yeah.
just getting that started. So I kind of came in at that curve.
Yeah.
And CRMs were really big to go alongside with your IDX websites.
Yeah.
So they were capturing everybody. And then it just kind of escalated from there.
And you know what's wild? And let me ask you this, Tamara. Have you been seeing more ads for CRMs than ever these last couple months?
Oh, Lord. I see so many. I mean, CRMs I didn't even know existed.
I know. Yeah, and it's funny because with AI coming into it, I feel like CRMs they know their time is almost up and they're kind of clinging to the past. There's some that are integrating AI and I give them props. That's what we did. We realized with Creme Global, we're like, man, if we don't make this change, AI can replace us. But that's exactly why we did this certification because we're like, it is not replace us. We're going to get ahead of the curve here. So, Tamara, let me ask you.
Cremes. You just can't replace you guys.
Yeah, well, thank you. Well, why don't you tell us, how was your week? You spent an entire week with us and our staff learning about AI. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what that experience was like for you?
Absolutely phenomenal. You guys put on the best training I think I've ever been to.
Wow.
And I've been to a lot of trainings, but it really, you guys dove in and blew my freaking mind. Well, at the same time, I think you guys re-sparked, getting real estate and my business in motion again, because it just kind of added a little more spark.
And that's come from someone. You do a lot of lives, you do a lot of videos, you're in front of people. How many podcasts are your download? How many downloads do you have on your podcast now?
I believe I'm at 5,000.
5,000 podcast downloads. So you've been doing this for a while. So as far as what you've been doing with your content, what you've been doing in real estate, how do you see this as being able to help you integrate more into it?
Oh, instead of taking time trying to come up with, these call to action style descriptions, I can pretty much tell my AI, this is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And it writes out the damn thing for me. In fact, this morning I did a live and my entire description, just so it was exciting and emojis included, my AI wrote the whole thing.
Yeah. And I think that's where it's also about training your AI correctly. So what were some of the things that you learned about like training the Chat GPT? Because what we always say is garbage in, garbage out. If you just tell it to write a description for this video with like one or two things, it won't come out great. So what are some of the things you learn about training your Chat GPT correctly to get that great answer?
Well, and who knew you had to train the Chat GPT? And until I got into your guys' course, I had no idea that you had to actually train it.
Yeah.
So that it sounded authentic to you. Which was the most intriguing part, was because you can get in there and the more you work it, the more you ask it to do the things that fit you, the more it sounds just like you. I mean, it's like training an assistant that I don't have to pay.
If that's not a selling point, I don't know what is. And you're one of the world's very first AI certified agents, and that also comes with the AI listing advantage. So why don't you tell me, what are some of those ways that you see being able to help your clients a lot more that are out there?
I think this is the most time-saving tool. Because as agents, we get into the living rooms with our clients, and half the time you're like, okay, well, I'm only going to be here 30 to 45 minutes to get this listing presentation done.
Right.
And you end up being there 2 hours. This takes so much time to just go in there, just a few minutes, and you're showing it there, and bam, they have their marketing. They know exactly what you're going to do for them.
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes. And so not only does it, shorten our time in their living rooms, but it gets us right on track, and we can just fire off this listing, fire off, all of the marketing pieces that we didn't have to spend hours putting together.
Dude, and I feel like that, number one, before I get into that, let's give a shout out to Rebecca, fellow certified agent right here. What's up, Rebecca? And, I think it's the time being able to show them the advantage in the living room. It's not what you did in the past for different presentations, not what I could do for you. Here is what I can do for you right now, but also the amount of time it saves when you leave the listing presentation. Right. So being someone who's an experienced agent as you are, tell me, like, how much time would it take to come up with the marketing materials, the different platforms, the emails, and how much time and effort would actually go into that?
Oh, hours. I mean, you're sitting down, trying to calculate exactly what you need to do for that particular client.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes minutes to do now, where it was taking hours, if not days, to put it all together.
Yeah.
I mean, the emails and, now, I mean, I can hit every platform that I'm on, and I think I'm on every Godfor platform out there.
Everyone, yeah.
But yeah, now, I mean, just minutes, and I can blast out the marketing for my clients and, get back on to, the next listing and, selling property after property.
And, like what we talk about in here too is an AI powered business, like power your real estate business. And a common hashtag you'll see with us is lights on. So what does lights on mean to you after being through this certification with us?
Lights on, there's several principles that you guys have taught. Lights on is one of those that my light's never dimming. It's never going off.
Yeah.
It's full power.
Yeah.
Whatever is into the future from now, because it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
My lights are staying on. We're hitting everything we possibly can with as much force as we can. That's lights on.
So, before we wrap this up, I want to ask you, what does it mean to you to be one of the world's first AI certified agents?
Can I tell you, I am truly blessed that I even got to get in that first class, and I am honored to even take this certification into my business and share it with all of those out there that have a misconception as to what AI is. And I can't wait to let them know what it's not that they think it is, I mean, because let's be honest, it doesn't have to be the fearful, oh, it's going to take over my business. Oh, no, it's going to help your business versus, it's just that assistant that you don't have to pay.
and I feel like you're absolutely right. Where people are like, it's going to take over the business. The people who refuse to adapt, you will get taken over. I think that's not even a question, because now, before, only the big teams with the biggest pockets can market the way you could. Now that you have AI, AI allows you, like you said, it's an assistant that you don't have to pay, that runs 100 times. I could have 50 people on my team. It will not work. They will not work faster, more efficient than AI. So having that AI powered business, Tamara, you can outmarket anybody in your area now. There's not a person who can market more than you can.
Right. And I get to stand out because how you can join these companies and they write your content, and then you get on, social media, and you start surfing the net, and every agent out there has the same content.
Yeah.
I won't have the same content.
Yeah.
Because I was an early adopter with being one of the first agents that gets the certification. And everyone wants to be on the ground floor of opportunities. So,
and talk to me a little bit about that process that you went through being an AI certified agent, going through, you spend an entire week with our team creating your ideal client profiles so that way you can have your custom content. Talk to me about what that process did for you and just creating more content.
You know, AI helped me realize that I actually had an ideal client profile.
Yeah.
And what those actually look like, because it helped to break it down. And you guys really took us through a process so that we could dial in what our ideal client actually looked like.
Mm.
And then the AI just took it to that next level.
Yeah.
And blew me away. I was like, wow. I mean, now when I do certain posts, I am targeting that ideal client. I can do up another and I can dial into that ideal client so that I'm reaching only those that, fit that profile. And I mean, I don't know that I would have gotten as dialed in without the AI.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, if you want to dial in, power your business, turn the lights on in your business and never turn them off, make sure you join us in our next certification class. We do them every Monday. I just wanted to bring Tamara on here because I'm super excited because, like I said, you're one of our best people who just go out there, implement. I'm so excited to unleash this AI certified agent in her marketplace. Tamara, thank you so much for joining us here today. Again, guys, if you want to become AI certified, if you want to learn more, make sure you click the link. And if you want to hear about the AI listing advantage, and you're in Tamara's marketplace, she's the only one in her marketplace who knows it. Make sure you reach out to her.